We have some breaking news to get into here on Golden State Warriors today. Harrison Graham with you from Chat Sports. Draymond Green has declined his player option for the 2023-24 season. Reports came out yesterday that this was the likely expectation, and now that has become official as Shams Charania had the report that Draymond is declining his $27.5 million player option for next season, which will make him an unrestricted free agent, Rich Paul told The Athletic. So now Draymond becomes one of the top free agents in a not that great free agent pool here in the summer of 2023. That's obviously very interesting for Golden State's future. It's interesting for other teams in terms of if they're going to be interested. Could Draymond leave the only team he's ever played for in his career? Could he return? We're going to address all of that here on today's show. But first, want you guys to get in on the action. What is your one-word reaction to the Draymond news that he has opted out? Are you surprised? Are you not surprised? Are you relieved? Are you happy? Are you mad? Let us know. One-word reaction to Draymond opting out of his player option. Now, the first thing I thought of when I saw the opt-out come through is I remember he had talked about Bob Myers a couple weeks ago, maybe about a month ago now, before Myers obviously left the organization, and he kind of hinted that maybe he could leave if Bob Myers was gone too. Here's what he had to say back then. He said, "He means the world to me," talking about Bob Myers. "Working with him has been a complete honor. He's great. He knows the business, and I learned from him. To say that doesn't matter, it's a lie. Of course it matters. But there's a bunch of things to take into account. Yes, that is one of the things that matters, all right? But ultimately, I can't hinge my whole decision on that, but effing right, it matters." So basically what he was saying there is, if Bob Myers leaves the organization, that could impact his decision. Now, it's not the only thing that's going to impact whether he wants to stay with the Warriors, whether he ends up leaving. Obviously, him opting out at least opens the door for him to leave, right? I mean, Rich Paul flat out acknowledged that in his chat with Shams Charania. So it's very much a possibility that he could leave. Now, here's Marc Spears on the Warriors' future as well. Joe Lacob, Mike Dunleavy, the Warriors are going to do everything in their power if he does as expected to bring him back. So that was before the opt-out became official, but Spears reporting that even if he does opt out, they're still going to push hard to bring him back. And you understand why, right? Like, Draymond's a flawed player. I get that. At times he's frustrating, but he's a champion 4 times. He's been a multi-time All-Star. He's a defensive assassin, Defensive Player of the Year in 2017, 2-time Olympic gold medalist. Like, he brings the intangibles and a winning culture to this winning culture. Like, losing him, I don't think it closes the window of this championship window and mindset that this team has with Steve Kerr and Steph Curry and Klay and the guys. Like, I don't think Draymond makes or breaks the team, but he definitely helps make it. Like, he's definitely part of the glue in Golden State. There's simply no doubt about it. Now, as he's aged and gotten older, he's not quite as effective, although he shot the ball from the field pretty well this past year. But the defense has slipped just a hair, and he doesn't give you much from the perimeter in terms of three-point shooting. But, again, he just makes a lot of things go for Golden State. So if he were to walk, that would obviously be a very, very big deal. More to discuss when it comes to Draymond's future here in just a moment. All right, Dub Nation, excited to tell you guys about today's sponsor. That is NordVPN. Protect your digital world right now and get 63% off with NordVPN's 2-year plan. NordVPN is striving to make the internet better than it is today. It can be free from online threats, censorship, and surveillance. Get your online security package right now by visiting nordvpn.com/warriorscs. Get 4 months for free by using that link in the description and in the comment section when you purchase the NordVPN 2-year plan. Let me tell you about all of the features you're going to get with the NordVPN package. First of all, you're going to get online protection with a single click. Very important there. Don't miss out on your favorite content, maybe like Warriors Today. Stay safe from malware. Also, it is the fastest VPN on the planet. Speed, safety, it's critical when you are online. And all of this is as simple as a click. So choose your location and click connect right now. NordVPN won't track you or share what you do online. Your data is always protected by the next generation encryption. So get started today. Click the link in the description or comments. That's NordVPN.com/WarriorsCS to get 4 months for free, and they offer a 30-day money-back guaranteed. It's NordVPN.com/WarriorsCS. We appreciate NordVPN for sponsoring today's show. We now go to The Athletic, another quote on Draymond here. The Warriors intend to discuss a new multi-year contract with Green, either via an opt-in, obviously that's not going to happen, and extend, again, not going to happen, or entirely new deal, could happen. Sources briefed the matter to The Athletic. Green has leverage. He is expected to have multiple playoff contending teams in pursuit if he enters the open market, sources added. And that's kind of where I circle back to. It's a weak free agent crop. Teams might pay a decent penny for Draymond, even though he is a little bit older, and even though I do think there are question marks like, is Draymond the same player for another organization? I think that's a very real question. Teams that come to mind, Miami Heat, could they add another winning piece to their culture? Dallas Mavericks, we know that they would probably have some interest in Draymond. The Lakers, he and LeBron are very, very close. Like, I think those are three teams that stand out right away that could pursue Draymond Green. It all depends on contract, fit, etc. Sign-in trade, could that be on the table? We'll have to wait and see when it comes to that. Obviously, it sounds like Golden State's going to try and bring him back, but if he intends on leaving, then maybe the Warriors could at least get something back in a sign-in trade. Now, help us reach 56,000 subscribers. We're literally 9 away. I mean, if I wake up tomorrow and we're not at 56,000, I'm going to be disappointed. Dub Nation, you guys stand up, stand tall, hit that subscribe button. Draft Thursday, free agency just around the corner. Draymond rumors going to be circulating. We got a lot of coverage coming your way. YouTube.com/@WarriorsTV. Subscribe for free today. Now, here's Woj saying, Rich Paul to ESPN. We will continue to talk to Golden State. This is coming from Rich Paul, and explore all options. It was expected Green would opt out, and now he can talk with the Warriors and explore sign-in trades and free agency. He kind of just alluded to the potential of a sign-in trade and some potential fits if he were to leave. It's an interesting spot Golden State obviously finds himself in. Here's Anthony Slater, who's covered the Warriors for a while. He says the Warriors are operating under the assumption that both Draymond Green and Jordan Poole can again be on the same roster and push toward the same championship goals next season without issue. Because, look, when the Draymond Poole incident happened before the season, I think that lingered all year long. I'm not saying it's the reason they didn't contend for a championship again. They still had a good season and, pushed for a decent playoff run, but you could tell some of that was lingering, and obviously there's been teams interested in Jordan Poole as well. A report dropped recently that teams have reached out to Golden State for Jordan Poole. Could Golden State have to choose? Slater says they're in the camp of that they can coexist, but maybe Draymond doesn't want to. Maybe Draymond goes to the Warriors and says, hey, I'm down to come back, but I don't want to play with Jordan. So we'll see what happens on that front, but that part of it is an interesting subplot as well. Now, obviously, we want you to subscribe to us here at Golden State Warriors Today, but we will be live on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel, youtube.com/ChatSportsTV, for the entirety of the 2023 NBA Draft. Victor Wembanyama expected to go number 1 overall. Pick-by-pick analysis for every team who has selections this year, so don't miss out. Could the Warriors make a draft trade? Who knows? We'll have you covered on our main Chat Sports channel, so go subscribe and join us on Thursday night. Here's Shams again here, says Draymond Green declining to hit free agency. Hit this one earlier as was circling back to the news. Some final thoughts here. It does feel 50-50, man. Like, I do think there's a chance Draymond can leave. I think the Bob Myers exit is significant. I think it's a very real thing to consider from Draymond's camp in terms of, does the organization view him the same moving forward? I mean, he's getting older. Like, this is the most pivotal decision of his career. Him opting out, he's probably going to look for a 3 or 4 year deal, whether that's to return to Golden State or somewhere else, and that's probably the end of his career. I mean, that's kind of what you're looking at here. So I think he wanted to hit free agency one more time here, pick where he wants to play to wrap up his career because, he's got a future in TV. He's already doing this podcast, so I don't think he's going to be a guy that plays into his 40s. I think he's got 3-4 more years left. Where can he win a championship or two? Obviously, Golden State's a team that he can do that with, but maybe he decides to go elsewhere to wrap up the end of his career. I threw a few teams at you guys, so we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But it is official. He has opted out of his $27.5 million option. I don't think he'll get that per year on a new deal. Maybe he does, though. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Now, this is the most important question. Dub Nation, I'm not asking you to predict if he'll be back. I'm asking you if you want him back. Are you done with Draymond, or do you want him to run it back with the Warriors for a few more years? Let me know. Type Y for yes, you want him to return, or type N for no, we're moving on in a different direction. Let me know in the comments. We'll be back soon with another episode of Golden State Warriors Today.